Today's Dallas Cowboys mailbag powered by Magic Spoon. Get $5 off your first order at magicspoon.com/Cowboys. That link, by the way, will be in the comments section and in the description. It's healthy and tasty cereal, the best combo out there. First up, a super chat from Mr. Stegosaurus. Besides Jalen Smith or any of the late-round rookies, who's on a short leash this year and could maybe be a surprise, I think you mean cut after the season? I think the corners, Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis, their contracts are pretty movable. The two bigger names, if you want a surprise, Amari Cooper and DeMarcus Lawrence. Both big-name players, both very expensive. Their contracts were not restructured this year, and they do become movable or extendable after this season. From Don Barry, where does the defense need to improve to win 11 games? I think this Cowboys team probably would have won about 10 last year if they had Dak healthy the entire time, because the tough games were early, the easy games were late, and that helped the Cowboys win a bunch of games late in the season. I think number one, run defense, that interior 4 or 5 front they're using, has to be a lot better. Under the radar, that secondary, it didn't show up that much because you couldn't stop the run. If you can't stop the run, you're not going to be able to do anything. But that secondary's got to be better too. Frankly, it's across-the-board improvement. That defense was bad last year. They got to be more consistent this season. From my burner account of all the Cowboys legends who have left our team, who is in your Cowboys Legends Ring of Honor? Unquestionably, number one is Alex Tanney. That was the first Cowboy. Listen to what I did. Alex Tanney, the former quarterback. Other names I think are probably good. I think I'll throw Lance Lenore in there in that conversation. Maybe a John Vay Johnson from an offensive perspective. If I want to get a defensive guy in there, oh gosh, Clinton Dix, a true Cowboy legend, never played a real game for them. From A10, does Israel Mukuamu not make the team? Seems like we have so many DBs. We can go to the safety depth chart here, actually, because you're right, A10. He's not a roster lock by any stretch of the imagination. Also, quick side here, Jeffrey's got a great point. Jameel Showers, a true Cowboys legend, speaking of safeties. Donovan Wilson, DeMonte Casey, Jaron Kearse, I think they're roster locks right now. I would assume Malik Hooker makes team. Maybe they try to put him on the practice squad, stash him there for a little bit since he doesn't bring much special teams value. The Cowboys like Darian Thompson as a special teamer. They're not going to carry 6 safeties. Somebody, whether it is Hooker, which I don't think it's Hooker, Thompson, or Mukuamu, end up getting cut. We'll see who it ends up being in under a week. It's Hobo Goblin. Most devastating loss you've seen as a Cowboys fan for me, it's the 2016 divisional game against the Packers. For the record, Dez caught it. There is no doubt in my mind that he caught that football. Anyone who says otherwise is a damn liar. The most devastating one for me, 2006 NFC wildcard game, Cowboys-Seahawks, the Romo botch snapped. For starters, I still think Jason Wynn got the first down. Secondly, although I'm definitely wrong about that one, if Martin Gramatica takes a literal step forward to get in the way of Cowboys legend Ken Hamlin around the backside, Romo scores. And I am convinced that 2006 team was going to make a very real run. It's just they had a tough break with the botch snap, and that one I'm not going to be over for a very long time. From Chris Peacock, should Dallas sign Blake Bortles? It's a great name there, Chris. What a great name. I love it. I don't mind actually going out and getting Blake Bortles. I think Bortles could maybe be an upgrade over Cooper Rush, Garrett Gilbert. Is Blake Bortles good? No. He's better than DiNucci. So it's a question of, can Bortles be your backup quarterback? Probably. I mean, again, he's not good, but Gilbert and Rush aren't great either. I think I would tier them Gilbert, Bortles, Rush, massive line break, end of humanity, DiNucci, but that's kind of my mindset. So if you want to sign Bortles, sure, I would almost carry 2 quarterbacks regardless. So I bet you could put Rush on the practice squad. In fact, I am very confident you could. So pick a backup quarterback for me. Type GG for Garrett Gilbert, type CR for Cooper Rush, or type in O for other. Who would you have as your backup quarterback? From Matt J., who do you think will start at linebacker this year? Parsons, of course, being one. If we mean like most snaps, I think it's Parsons, Keanu Neal, Leighton Vander Esch, Jalen Smith, Jabril Cox down there in the end. If you mean like base looks, it could end up being Jalen, Parsons, and LV, but you're going to be in nickel most of the time. And that's where Keanu Neal makes his biggest impact. From Dem Boys 88, assuming Bradlee Anae makes the 53 and Armstrong, who would you believe gets the most snaps? I'm rolling with Anae. I want it to be Anae. That's who I want, and I think it should be. Armstrong has played very well this preseason. Because of that, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being Dorance Armstrong. Today's show, as I mentioned, is made possible by our friends over at Magic Spoon. If you're like me, you kind of stopped eating breakfast because the healthy stuff did not taste good. The tasty stuff was not good for you. Now I found the perfect blend. It's Magic Spoon. You can get $5 off your first order of cereal that's high in protein, low in carbs, with zero sugar, but you would never be able to tell that by the taste. $5 off your first order at magicspoon.com/Cowboys. There will be, by the way, folks, a clickable link in both the comment section and in the description. From Dusty Rhodes, if Randy Gregory has a breakout season like 7+ sacks, what will he get per year? It's a great question. Depends on what the Cowboys try to do. He could be a franchise tag candidate. I watched Trey Flowers, who has got 8 sacks consistently, but never above that, get $18 million per year on the open market. That's a lot of money. So I think that the cost of a Randy Gregory might be brought down by his age, but you're talking, I'd say, probably around $15 million per year. That's a lot of money, but worth it if you want a good pass rush. From Nade2828, are there any available free agents that you would like to see the Cowboys go after? I mean, look, the good guys don't want to come be backups, so it's not a great group right now. You can call guys like Geno Atkins, maybe a Russell Okung, but I think those guys want bigger roles and they'd be guaranteed to get on the Cowboys. From Rafael Diaz-Munoz, trade Joseph Brown and a 4th for CJ. I assume you mean Henderson. I think your value's about right. It's a little bit weird that the Jags even were allegedly open to trading away Henderson. Brings up some red flags for me, like why would that be the case? Maybe the Jags are bad. Could be possible. I think value-wise, you're about right. Joseph Brown in a 4th, and hopefully Henderson is a lot better than what he was in year 1. In the end, I don't think either side ends up doing a trade like that one. From John A., what positions could the Cowboys be targeting if they want a late-round trade for a bubble player on the team? Great question. I think you're looking at positions like backup interior O-line. Not going to be great options, but something to definitely keep an eye out for. I think maybe defensive tackle and is probably your other option. Beyond that, I doubt there's a quarterback available, but running back, receiver, tight end, edge is just fine. Linebacker, corner, safety, all in good shape. So I'd say interior O-line or interior D-line. From Dem Boys 88, Cowboys legend Matt Johnson, the safety. That is a great one. Next live show that we will do, I promise you, outside of like the watch party on Sunday, we will have a chance for you guys to put all of your Cowboys legends in the comments. Matt Johnson is a great one. I think Jameel Showers, like Jeffrey mentioned earlier, also a fantastic one. I'm going Alex Tanney, trick shot Tanney forever. But the great part about being a Cowboys legend, once you sign, you are forever going to be a Dallas Cowboys legend. So Matt Johnson is a fantastic name from that one. From Henry Nuts, does the Gallimore injury news mean Osa will be a significant contributor? I'd say yes, and I think that with Gallimore out, at least for week 1, probably a bit beyond that, I think he's going to be a short-term IR guy. I think Osa starts week 1 for you at 3 technique. Like maybe you rotate in Watkins and Brent Urban and rundowns, but like passing downs, Osa's going to start for this team. From Cam Dory, what happened to Tristan Hill? He had that knee injury last year, and he's not recovered yet. And he is still on that PUP list. My expectation is that Tristan Hill will start this year on the PUP list, and then he gets brought back after that. From Fishing Life Mike, who do you think is going to be the most improved player from last year? Ooh, good question. I think in an ideal world, it ends up being someone like Tyler Biotish, and you stabilize your center position for years to come. Haven't seen that quite yet in the preseason, but we'll see. It's still very early there. Defensively, I mean, it's kind of almost take your pick, right? I'd love it. I would have loved it for it to be Neville Gallimore. Still could be, but maybe the injury costs him just a little bit from that point. From Nate Rosario, if you had to bring a WWE player. Jeremy, you want to answer this? All right, wrestling with Jeremy here.
So I'm actually a WWE fan. So I think I'd be pretty good for this one, depending on the position. So nickel corner, Rey Mysterio, one of the sneakiest guys.
He's old, though.
Well, I'm thinking of the guys in their prime.
Okay. He's athletic.
Nickel corner, a little scrappy.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio, middle linebacker, somebody who can lead the team, somebody who has great character, one of the most physically gifted guys on your team.
Triple H.
No, John Cena.
But
Come on.
And he's invisible.
Yes.
You can't see him.
Imagine how many picks he can get going across the middle. And then
invisible linebacker. Great call there.
Left tackle. Who else but the undead, the Undertaker?
Yeah.
He's not letting anybody get past him. Left tackle.
Better be prime Undertaker because current Undertaker's stiff and old.
One more.
Tyron 10 years from now.
DT, the Big Show. Easy.
Good choice. All right, well, there you heard it from producer Jeremy. I don't have any real impact on that perspective, but that's your answer there. All right, next up here from Mendoza. If the Cowboys sign Blake Bortles, does that make him a Cowboys legend instantly? Yes, but we don't say he's a Cowboys legend until he's off the team. That's how it works. You become a legend, but you're not called a legend until after you leave. From Alan Williams, besides Parsons, which rookie do you have high hopes for? Mine's Quinton Bahana. Probably asking too much out of a 6th-round rookie to be an instant major impact guy. I want it to be Kelvin Joseph. Long-term, non-round 1 guy, I like Jabril Cox a lot. I think he's going to be a real gamer for this team. Short-term, maybe not so. Long-term, absolutely. If you guys want Cowboys videos every single day, hit that big red button and subscribe. That way, you don't miss out on anything that's going down around America's team. News, rumors, trades, all that good stuff is available right here. It's the only spot you need. So if you haven't already, hit that big red button and subscribe today. Dem boys trade for Jacoby Brissett. He's been looking really good in Miami. I believe it could be a nice compliment piece as a backup for Dak. Here's the problem. Why would the Dolphins trade him away? If the Dolphins like Brissett as a backup quarterback, which he's a good backup quarterback, I agree, they're not going to trade him away because they've got nothing behind Tua. That's why a name like Brissett or somebody else, a Mitch Trubisky, for example, you're not going to be able to acquire those guys because those teams want the backup quarterbacks. From John A., he's throwing in Ben Gardner as a Cowboys legend. Now that, my friend, is a true option. The Stanford, linebacker from almost 10 years ago, 8 years ago, something like that. Great name, my friend. Mario Vega, who would you rather keep, DeMarcus Lawrence or Tyron if you had to choose? You don't have to choose, thankfully. Both guys are manageable contract-wise. If both are at their best and healthy, I'm going to go ahead and take Tyron Smith because Tyron Smith, as weird as this sounds, folks, he's only 30 years old. As long as Smith's been in the NFL, he's like a year and a half older, that's it, than DeMarcus Lawrence. Tyron's still actually surprisingly young. If you promise me a healthy Tyron, give me him over Tank. All right, for my burner account, Cowboys legends Tashard Choice. Yeah, that's a good one, too. He's coaching. Where's he coaching these days? Is he at Middle Tennessee State? I think he's coaching there. I might be misremembering, but I think he's coaching these days in some capacity. Diego Vasquez, news on Gallimore. There's, no major update here for Gallimore. He's going to miss some time. I think he will be a short-term IR candidate. I don't think he's going to be good to go week 1 coming off that elbow injury. He should be back at some point, hopefully early-ish in the season. So the like the outcome here, carry him through the roster cuts initially, then put him on IR. That's the path I think that Gallimore ends up going.